Just mind-boggling to get a reference price of 250, which means 65 billion. People talking about hundreds of billions in terms of market capitalization. Gary, what was the price that you paid? Can you even remember what the capitalization was when you signed that check?
Oh man, I think there's been some splits. So it's something like sub $10 million pre-money. So, which is a very,
wow.
That's what you get to do when you fund people when they are that early, when they're, just a single founder, haven't added co-founders yet, sometimes a demo. That's what I love to do, is sort of, as an early stage investor, be that first money in when, they have a dollar and a dream, really.
So, for full disclosure, my husband is a senior manager at Coinbase. So, I get a bit about the company, but I want to understand what you get about the company and what you think about the opportunity here. Are you going to be selling into this direct listing tomorrow? Is the market cap going to be attracting you to do that? And where do you think it can go from here?
Well, for me, my journey with crypto is really about the long term. And, I want to start off by just talking about Brian Armstrong. I mean, to me, he's sort of Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak really in one person, because he can both sell it and build it. And that was really what just jumped out at me when I first met this founder. So, for him to be able to walk away from 8 figures at Airbnb to, 10, 11 figures as a founder, I mean, that is a testament to true American innovation. For someone, it is the privilege that we have as, creators and builders in tech. But, I think that that's what really drew me. Like, he realized that software was going to eat money, and he was working at basically the blessed place, which was Airbnb. And I think that they're just getting started. Like, I think Coinbase is this decade's Microsoft, Netscape, Google, or Facebook. I think that there is so much that could be here. The PC revolution was really about a fringe set of people saying that, that they wanted it, and they wanted a PC on every desk in every home. And it took, the vision of Bill Gates to be able to bring that about. And, Apple had to create the iPhone to bring about sort of the smartphone. And for each of these revolutions, you need sort of a cornerstone company to attract capital, to bring together the world's best product people, software engineers, and designers. And, I think that that's actually why we're talking about Coinbase today. Brian was able to be that sort of magnet for that talent. And, there are very, very few people, shockingly few people in the world who are capable of building something that is that good and to attract that level of talent.
A lot of the valuation, of course, people are going to see institutional money wanting to get exposure to crypto in an equity-like fashion and perhaps in a blue chip-like fashion. But what does Coinbase's obvious relationship to Bitcoin and the like going to do for it? Is it going to make it very volatile? How are we going to have to educate that it can do well amid volatility?
Well, one of the things that I've learned over the years, as an early investor in Coinbase, is we've seen every run and every bust. It's happened over and over again. The magical moment for me of product market fit working with Brian Armstrong was the moment that Bitcoin went from $5 to $20 on its first run to $1,000. And this is sort of, and it crashed back down. And then it did it again in 2017. And, we're sort of, at this point, diamond hands. We are used to this. And so that's why the number one thing I think of when people are considering whether to invest in Coinbase is actually zoom out. Think about what crypto means for society from here. I think that I really underestimated what store of value would mean, right? If all of crypto is worth $2 trillion today, all of gold is 10 trillion. We are sort of maybe farther along in that journey, but that's really only one of a whole bunch of use cases that are coming online that I think are really going to remake all of society. And to weave the story together, I think it's really fitting that Brian learned about startups at Airbnb. That was software eating hospitality. Bitcoin and crypto via Coinbase is software eating all of finance. Money is a fundamental piece of all of society. And this is the on-ramp. This is the keystone.